Much has been said about the youth of 1976 and how the youth of today have struggled to live up to their legacy. But the Fees Must Fall campaign has demonstrated that the fighting spirit still lives in the hearts of the young more than 40 years later. Sindisiwe Twala filed this report.
It changed the way I understand the state.
We have reclaimed power.
We will continue to do the little and the lot that we can to make sure that we achieve a free quality education that is decolonized.
We announced a plan for fee-free higher education.
I don't think I will ever pass by a policeman and not immediately turns up.
We are the future of this country, and we will demand and we will get free and quality education.
It starts mid-October 2015 at Wits University in Johannesburg, a protest movement that spreads like wildfire to campuses across the nation. Fed up with sky-high tuition fees, students come out in their numbers chanting, "Fees must fall." The protest would only die down when government announces a zero-fee increase for 2016.
We are here, comrades, to restore the dignity of a black child. Comrades, we are going to also restore the dignity of the police. Comrades, the police were trained that a black person is a target. When the white students protest at the front, they don't shoot. Comrades, when the black bodies are at the front, they shoot. Comrades, the life of a black man in this country is very cheap.
But it isn't all plain sailing. Student leadership squabbles at Wits threaten to derail the movement.
At this point in time, we don't recognize the agreement that has been made by management and the SRC because firstly, management is engaging with the wrong people. They should be engaging with us as Fees Must Fall because we are the official representatives of students on this campus when it comes to free education, free quality education in our lifetime. So engaging with SRC, I believe that management was trying to act in good faith. However, we don't recognize the outcome that has come from that meeting with the SRC because of the fact that the agreements that have been made are no different from the agreements that were made last year when they wanted to stop us from protesting when we began in 2015.
The protests would flare up again in 2016 following the announcement of a fee increase. Classes are suspended as running battles with police become the order of the day. At Wits University, student protest action spills over into Johannesburg, leading to looting and chaos. At Cape Peninsula University of Technology, some security personnel are even locked inside a burning building. The cost of damage to property due to Fees Must Fall protests is later estimated at 600 million. And police question the motives behind the actions of some of the student leaders.
This is no more just a fees must fall matter. We have said that the criminality has taken advantage of the situation. We have said that the people with agendas of their own have infiltrated the fees must fall initiative. I don't think it is helping us in any way. If you saw what was happening on that campus, the amount of stones that were pelted at the security personnel, with police monitoring the situation from a distance, you would have understood at a point where the police acted that it was necessary to do so.
Everyone resorts to violence to get their message across. Some students extend an olive branch to heavily armed riot police. A group of women dares to bear all as tensions on campus reach crisis levels.
I mean, like a lot of comrades, I have gone through extreme anxiety, depression. Fees Must Fall fundamentally changed the way I view and interact with the world. It changed the way I understand the state in a very personal and violent and physical way. I don't trust the state.
We announced a plan for fee-free higher education for students from poor and working class backgrounds.
And that's part of the heartbreak, that this institution that I had been raised to trust because of its rainbow ideals was a failure. It failed me and it failed a lot of black people. I will never be the same. I don't think I'll ever be the same. I don't think I'll ever walk this world in the same way. I don't think I'll ever pass by a policeman and not immediately tense up.
But in the end, it all proves worthwhile. Just when student efforts seem hopeless, former President Jacob Zuma makes a surprise announcement.
The ANC government has also made progress in making higher education affordable and accessible to all. The National Student Financial Aid Scheme increased from 2.4 billion rand in 2008 to 15 billion rand in 2017.
Fees have fallen. Government is left scrambling to find the billions needed to fund free higher education. But for some student leaders, their troubles are just beginning. Wits SRC President Mcebo Dlamini still faces court battles on various charges around the violent protests. Kaya Tlegesha is serving a 5-year jail term for burning a police van in Braamfontein in 2016.
Our Fees Must Fall leaders, most of them, the ones, especially the ones who actually got so much recognition from the media, they are nowhere to be found. We can't see them right now. They're not having any views about anything. It's like everyone is just suddenly diverted to something else and everyone is just going on with their lives while there's still this thing that is banning. Because basically we don't have free education yet. We don't have it. We still actually, we're supposed to still pay for free education. We have to pay back NSFAS money. And that is not free education. It's not what we wanted.
I'm tired because even with this half-assed consolation prize, they're still persecuting students. For what? They've legitimately, they've literally admitted that we were right. They know we were right. They know they shot at us. They know that we were right. And they gave us this half-assed consolation prize, and yet you're still on this witch hunt, which doesn't make sense. Why are you on a witch hunt? 3 years, 2 years, 4 years after the fact, why are you still persecuting students for the very thing that you gave them a year ago? Why does that make sense to you?
Student organizations remain hopeful that government would grant amnesty to the protest leaders. For Afro World View, Sindisiwe Twala, Johannesburg.